contacted me regarding their outrage of what went on in that meeting, and I just want to discuss real quick 3 incidents of just how horrendous that meeting was, and horrendous is the only word you can use. First up was an instance where we could have had two local laws put into place. One of them would have had to do with campaign contributions, and very simply, any candidate running would have to clearly indicate where all his campaign's funds are coming from, anything to do with the village. Outside contractors, local businesses, local organizations, fellow employees, it would have to be clear. I would put that up on a village website, maybe an Excel spreadsheet, something simple that you could just log on, find easily, not have to scour the internet or the election board's website. It would have been made very, very simple. Another law that could have been started over there was revolving contracts, and specifically would have involved the police contract. It would have required that all information with that contract be up and on the village website 10 days prior to it being voted on. Now, we all know the last contract, that wasn't the case. Trustees were saying they saw the contract an hour before they would sign it. That's not transparent, but unfortunately, both of these ideas were shot down by the majority, 3 votes to 2. It won't even go to a public hearing. The public didn't even have a chance to voice your opinion. So I don't know how anyone is going to campaign on transparency and being independent when your voice was stepped on. It's absolutely ridiculous, it's shameful, and it's just amazing that they could let that happen. Another incident was a resident got up at the end of the night and said he wanted to speak about the election. He was allowed to do so. He voiced his opinion about the mailer that went out, very quietly sat down. I have no issues with that. He spoke his mind. He has the right to speak his mind. He is the real issue. When someone followed him, a woman got up and said, I wanted to speak to the election. She was immediately told several times, we're not talking about the election, we're not talking about the election, we're not talking about the election. Well, how could that be when you just let someone who supports the majority get up and speak, and someone that's looking to support me was told they can't speak? Well, she spoke anyway. She challenged my opponent to an open debate to discuss the issues, to clarify the mailer, and he said no. She also asked the Bay Village Civic Association or any other associations that would like to hold a debate, an open hearing for everything to be out in the open, and unfortunately, that's not happening again. And the third incident, which was also very rough, came with a gentleman named of Ed Moore. Now, Ed Moore has been very, very vocal with his criticism of the village majority and how they have not enacted on any of the recommendations of the New York State Financial Review Board. They have a scathing report. They've made many recommendations. None of them were done, and before Mr. Moore could even get up, he was told, you got 3 minutes. Everybody else had all night long to talk. He had 3 minutes. So there's an outrage in the village. There's no transparency. It's clear. I don't know how you can run an election and make moves like this. They just don't make sense at any time, never mind prior to election. So you have to stop that. Your First Amendment, your right of freedom of speech is being stepped on, and it's absolutely disgraceful, and it can't go on. So if you want to vote for the status quo, you're not voting for me. If you want real change, I'm going to keep saying it. I am the only independent one. I am the only transparent one. If you want that change, vote for Joe Moore. Thank you for tuning in.